So welcome to weekly forecast. We will begin with the gold. In the last week, we have discussed like something like a sell has initiated or sell has started in case of gold. And if I see the chart in hourly, because this fall is very sharp, this may be the fifth is extended or in the form of ABC. Okay, as it retraced about 61%. It might be doing the flat or that of the triangle. So here, in case of gold, you need to still stay in a sell. So here it might come a little bit upper side, then one more down is possible adjacent to this fall. Okay. So in case of gold, you need to stay in a sell, not to buy. So it might be going a little bit up, not surprising one, maybe to the 80%. If it crosses this trend line, but as the time it is taking, it might come to the level of 1977 or 1982 or something, and it might reverse from that point. So stay in a sell in case of gold, not to buy. Okay, so it might not might be going for 1980 or a little bit higher, or even to the 2012. But as you compare this downside moment, this is going slower to this fall. So I'm considering this as a primary fall, and whatever it is coming, this is the correction form. So after this one correction, we will be expecting one fall again to the level of like 1789 or 1780. So in case of gold, look for a sell, not to buy. In case of silver, I hope we discuss like if we are in this stage, so we might be discuss like here it is going for at least 80%, because this is again looking like a ABC, or if it is like A, B, C, D, and E, then if it is something else, or if it is like ABC ended here, then it is like A, B, and C. Now we are correcting a downside. So here it is not for the sell again. Like after this correction, it might go one more up. That is building like this expanding triangle or triangle structure here in case of silver. Okay, so in case of silver for next week, what to do? Just I'm adding this one more channel here. Time wise, it is trying to close but more inside. So one can do like here one more channel. Okay, if it is going below 25, then only we are looking for the sell setup, or else we'll be looking a buy in case of silver, because here it is reversing inside. So there is a good chance like here we can keep the SL and it go to the at least 27 or something. Then if it reverses, then it will be like a downside. So that will be completing the structure of A and B and C. Or if it is little sharper and crosses below this, then we will be seeing one more up for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So as per now, in case of silver, you can look for the buy, not to sell. Okay. Again, this might be the structure that of the neutral triangle also, because it is A, B, and C. Now it is going for the D, or it might be D, and it is E. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It consolidate a little bit and go one more up to match the structure. Okay. Then this will be the flat or whatever it is, ABC. After that, at 80%, then it will be going for the flat. But as of now, we can look for the buy setup for 2760 or further to 29 USD. Look for the buy setup in case of silver, not to sell. Sell only below 25 for 20. For the crude, the last week we said stay in a buy. Daily structure, we'll see how it goes. Because it is like very narrow range. It is trading in between these two areas. It might come a little bit and go upside. But again, when it breaks the higher channel, it might go for one up. That is for 80% again, total structure. Or if I add only to this part, this is a one channel. It might be at 61%. We'll check that. It is near 61.8%. So there is a chance if it is not crossing the level of 34 USD, we are not going to sell it. So for the very short term, one can look for the sell below 38 or 34. That's otherwise it will be like a small downside, then one more up. So in case of crude, also stay in a buy, not to sell. A very short term, if you are getting like a smaller zone, for example, in this case, or in the early zone, if it is happening, so there is a chance it might be coming to one down, a smaller down, maybe from this level it suddenly reversed again. So there is a chance it might come little bit to the 40 USD, then again reverse, because this moment comparatively is sharper than this correction. So this is simple ABC structure for me. So look for buy, not to sell. Only below 38 USD one can look, but that too not in a sharper form, right? This is in the slower. If it crosses also, it will be in the slower form. But as of now, you can look at a little bit of correction that is expect in case of crude for 40 or 40.50, then it might reverse for the top once again. So look for buy, not to sell in case of crude. Okay. USD INR. As in the crude also, it is going in the sideways, so there is a chance, and we I'll discuss that it will be going for the upper side, maybe to the 78 or 79 USD. So here in case of crude USD INR, you can look for the buy setup only, but for the very small narrow range may be expected this, so that will be completing this A, B and C if it is coming below 74 USD. Otherwise, you will be getting one more up, matching 76 and 77. So look for buy, not to sell. It is like a triangular pattern at the end. So there is a chance if it is not crossing this or 75 USD, okay, in lesser time. Let's say this, if it is not crossing here, so there is a possibility to go here. If it is not crossing, it might come down and complete the structure of this kind of A, B and C. Okay. So here, if it is crossing 75 USD, you can look for buy for 75, 73 or further to 76. If it is not crossing, then look for a sell below 74.46 for 72 USD. Okay, these two chances. So it is in the between of two ranges of 76 and 73. If it is crossing 75, look for the buy. If it is crossing 74.49 or 5, then look for the sell in case of USD INR. And in the longer term, like if I see this sideways correction, there is a chance like it might go one up before it can go any further down. Nifty. In the last week, we might have discussed this, like the structure has changed here. Okay, but if it is crossing below 11,001 only, we are going to sell, right? That was the plan, but it went upside. So now what is the possible structure? As in the earlier, like this is A, B, C, D, E, and F. In this, it might be the A, B, C, D, E, and F, doing the structure that of the neutral triangle, sorry, diametric pattern. Here at the end, earlier we were at this might be the G query. That will confirm only below 10,800. Okay. Now it might not be the G. So here it will complete G in ABC form, that is like this is A, this is B. Now we are going to go for C. So what level we can expect in the form of C is from this is the trend line, which is our channel, which is important now. The level, if you're talking, that is 11,107. So if it is going below that, we will see. Otherwise, so this is a simple structure that of the ABC kind. So it is A and B. We are going for the C. And in this zone, if you see, clearly the yesterday's move was like a gap up, and it manages to close above the support or resistance area of earlier high, that is 3,000, 11,372. Okay, so here below this is the two chances. If I'm just considering this as a one move, okay, now it is in the sideways. If it is come like this and not breaking in time means if I just go to this low to this high, it is already crossed that. So if it is breaking also, there is a chance it will go one up before it can go any further down, right? So here in case of Nifty, so it might come little bit down like this sideways, and as it will complete this ABC, and we'll go for this 1, 2, and 3. That level is coming to the 11,600 or 675 something, or at least minimum to minimum, whatever the level is this or length is this, for this 38 to 61% as the Fibonacci from here. If I'm adding, that is 38% will be 11,540 and 61% will be 11,650. So here the both levels are matching in this case. And there is a one thing here, it is in between the resistance, which is like from this level. If I just add one more channel or line, so it is in between this level. So here there is some resistance facing in case of Nifty. Let's remove that so that it will be clear. Okay. Like the tomorrow, if it is manages to close above this previous days low, that is 11,360, it might go one up. Okay, if it is not, again it might come to the level of 11,100 or something on the daily structure. But if it is early, you can see similar thing we are like I'm expecting is one up before it can go any further down. Because as you see this moment, A, B, C, D, or it is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If it consolidates little bit, or for the downside, this will be the ABC, and after that we will be getting one more upside. That will be the simple structure that are the A, B, and C. Minimum to minimum this level, that is maybe 540 or something, that is coming to there. So look for the buy setup, not to sell. Sell only below the 11,140 or below this, that is 167 or something. Okay, so look for the buy, not to sell in case of Nifty. So in case of Bank Nifty, Bank Nifty is looking a little bit weaker compared to the Nifty. So it is near 618%. So there is a chance like after the completion of the B, we are expecting this down. Okay. But here again, it is a sharper move and there is a gap up. If it is moving like this, there is a one more chance for upside. But in the meanwhile, here if it is coming below the 22,190, we can look for the sell. Or if it is crossing the high, we will be looking for the buy for at least 22,800 or 22,000 change. So again, if I go for a little bit downside, so it is in the B. Okay, we are expecting this to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This sideway, if it is doing, then fine, it will be going for 1. So that will be like A and B. After that, we will be seeing a one more C. Okay. But in case of Bank Nifty, again, like if it is crossing the previous day's high, that is 22,340, you can look for the buy. If it is opening below the yesterday's trading zone, you can look for the sell for at least 21,930 or change. Then you'll be looking how it behaves. So in this case of Bank Nifty, one can look for the sell below the 21,200 or change. If it is opening above, let's say if again opening this, so this will be like a triangular structure again for the Bank Nifty. So here there is a chance it might consolidate in between these two area of 22,400 and 21,874. Okay. Now we'll be looking at individual stocks. We'll begin with ICICI, Harley. So if I compare with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is going for the A and now it is going for the B. So here you look for the sell setup in case of ICICI Bank for at least 343 once again. So look for sell, not to buy in case of ICICI Bank. If it is going to the level of 380 or 382, that will be your sell zone. Okay, to complete this for the downside. So look for the sell, not to buy in case of ICICI. L&T, you can look for the buy as it is moving inside the channel and it might come to the level of 1110. So look for the buy, not to sell. So as discussed in the earlier structure also, like this is A and B and now we are going for the C. Okay. ITC. So in case of ITC, the structure is looking like something ending in the form of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or like a triangle. So here we'll be getting one more up adjacent to this after this correction. See here it is trying to break the channel of this earlier move, but not in the faster way, right? It is taking much more time. So there is a chance if it is coming down also to the level of 189 or something, then it is going one more up, at least to the level of 215 or something. So here it's better look for the buy setup, not to sell. Okay, so then our new channel will be like this. For this up minimum, it can go to the level of 235 or something. Okay, so in case of ITC, look for the buy setup, not to sell as it crosses this level also. So here we are looking at buy setup, not to sell. So Reliance, as discussed earlier, so it is in the consolidation form, but not to sell here. So there is a chance like one more time as it is consolidating. So there is a chance it will go at least to the top, that is 2215. If it further moves, it will go inside the channel and upside. So as of now, stay in a buy, not to sell in case of Reliance. See here again, it tried to broke the previous two high, 2 points, that is as per this trend line, but not in lesser time. Okay, not in lesser time. So not in lesser time, as if you see this upside movement again, so it is maybe a 1 or 2 candles or 3 candles time is remained. But if it is like crossing in lesser time also, again like it will be coming a little bit down to take a support here. Okay. Then it will go one more up before it can go up. Okay, but as of now, you can look for the buy until and unless it is crossing below 2000 level. Okay, look for the buy setup, not to sell. If it is coming near to the structure of let's say 2050 or something, or if it is coming near 2000, but the way it fell is like slow. So there is a chance it will go one up at least to the 61 or 80% of this total move before it can go any further down. Okay, so look for the buy, not to sell. HDFC Bank, as discussed earlier, look for the buy signal, not to sell. Okay, here in time. So this structure is looking like something going for the flat. So here you can look for the buy for this short like ABC, maybe to the level of 1095 and 1122. So that will be 80% and 100%. So later we will look whether it is a flat or continuation of the pattern. So here you can look for the buy setup, not to sell. So we'll go at least for the 1122 and 1157. So look for the buy setup, not to sell in case of HDFC Bank. And HDFC, the structure has much. Again, in case of HDFC, it is, however, it's slower a little bit. The trend is moving from impulse to little bit corrective phase. So here it will be like this. Okay, here in case of it is a triangle, then it might come up, then one more down. Or if it is like A, we are going for the B, at least to the top, that is a 18147 will be a reversal zone. So there you can look for the sell, but until that or up to that point, one can look for the buy for at least like here. If it comes 1774, it can go one more up for the 1858. So meanwhile, you can look for the buy, and then we'll be looking for the sell in case of HDFC. TCS for buy structurally hasn't changed much, so it is in the form of consolidation. You can look for the buy one upside. Okay. So Infosys, it is trying to come inside the channel, but not in lesser time or in shorter time. As it is consolidating again, this will be my new channel. So here it is completing like a triangle. After that, maybe ABC. This will be A, B, and C. We'll be going one more up, at least to the top and further up. So look for the buy in case of Infosys, not to sell. Kotak, again, it is for the buy structure for upside, not to sell. About Hindustan Unilever, same. Like here, the structure is little bit changing, so you can look for the short term sell for the level of 2065 or 2074 or something, 2060. So after completion of this, we will be looking whether it is going for the upside or further up to the 80%. Because this is the A and this is the B, now we are going for the C. So this will be for the downside, okay, for 2065 or something. So look for the sell in case of Hindustan Unilever, not to buy. We're looking SPX. It is in the like edge. As in the earlier week, we have discussed this, like if it is coming this consolidation, we'll be looking one up. So from that, we might expect a one downside, because that time the time will be taking is 400% of, sorry, 400% of this earlier move. If I'm just considering this as a downside, 1, 2, 3 is a 300% now, but if I added here, it will be like 400% or more than 400%. So in case of SPX, it is not for the sell, but it is moving in the zone. So anytime it can reverse. So for the reversal, just I'm adding this trend line. So if it is crossing in lesser time or a trend line breakout, so we'll be looking for the sell. So just add the alert here. So whenever it crosses this trend line, so we'll be looking for the sell. But as of now, again, in case of this end last downside move, and this is slower upside. So here there is a two chances. One is a triangle or a flat. Okay, so here it can come a little bit down if it consolidates again. So it will be like a triangle, one possibility. And if it does the triangle, there is a chance it will go one more up like this, so before it can go any far. Or if it reverses from this point only, and let's say if it is crosses 3600 level in lesser time, let's say like this, then for the downside it might be. So this level, if it is not reversing from this point, let's say, we'll be looking for the downside. So in case of S&P, for the upper side, this will be like this. So whenever it is crossing this level, something structurally will change, and we'll be looking for the sign. Or if it is going inside only, then one more up before it can go any further down. Okay. So there is a 5 minutes time. So if you have any doubts, you can ask, or else like I'll be sending a new link. In that, you can ask your doubt, whatever you have. So you can type, or you can unmute yourself and ask. No doubts? Good. Grasim and Yamandam. Please do specify the time frame so that I'll be looking in those time frame. Grasim, I think chart is ready. So you see that.
Sir, did we discuss infi?
Sorry. Once again, please. Okay. And this is a weekly going in a sideways, so we'll turn to daily. So it is like a 1, 2, or 3, 4, or 5, or simple ABC kinds of structure here. Right. So in case of Grasim, it might be like a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. Now this is for the 5. So there is a chance like it might be 1, 2, and now it is 3, 4, and 5 after this upside. So we will be getting 1 down. If it slowly consolidates, then this total move will be like 1, 2, and 3. Okay, for the upside. If it is not, let's say if it reverses from 702 or this in the faster manner, we'll be getting 1 more down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, before it can go any further up. Because if I see this total last ending part, I'm removing everything now. So if I just see this end part, okay, here it is looking like a 1, 2, this is like a 3 and 4, and we'll be seeing 1 more 5 to the downside. Or that of the expanding diagonal or ending diagonal like structure. Because if I see this alternatively, this will be like maybe a 61% retracement. Here it might be going for the 80% or 90% retracement. But in the both ways, it will be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or A, B, C, D, E. So in that, you will be looking for this down. But if it is manages to close and consolidates at least to whatever the time it took, then we can say that okay, something is starting new. Okay. So meanwhile, you can look for the buy for at least 713 or 715 or further. Then we'll be looking a sell in case of Grasim. So you can look for the buy at least up to the level of, let's say, 720 or 730 level. Okay, look for the buy, not to sell in case of Grasim. And so the daily structure M&M is for the buy. It is, I think it is now consolidating liquid. So we'll be looking for a daily structure. Yeah, it is for the buy. And daily also it doesn't or hasn't changed much. Here it can come a little bit down. So use that opportunity for buy because something has structurally changed. So if it is coming to the level of this or maybe the 61%, then we'll be looking 1 more up. So for the total 80%, it can go from this down. So that is for 834. So look for buy, not to sell in case of M&M. Okay.
Sir, it's a hourly and daily time frame, sir.
Yes, I see. Time is less, I think. So I'll be seeing only one. On the daily, it is not for the sell again. Like as if I see this upside, or if it is in the inside candle of this total upside movement or this one candle, so it is no trend zone. But as for the daily,